Hello everyone and welcome to Bhanzu classes. So I hope all of you are doing wonderful, right? So yes, are you all excited for the last session of this chapter today? I am super duper excited because we are done with all the concepts and everything, and today we have just practice questions because math is all about practice, practice and practice, right? So let's begin. I hope all of you are sitting with your notebooks and pen. So let's do few practice questions based on all the concepts whatever we have covered in this particular chapter, right? So we are going to take up the practice questions today. So starting off with the first one out there, write a negative integer and a positive integer whose difference is -3. So we need to pick up any two integers. If we subtract them, that means the difference should be -3. So there can be any pairs of integers like that. So here we go. If you have a negative integer as -2, positive as +1. So two different integers. So -2 minus of +1 would be -3, right? Would be -3. So -2 minus 1 is -3. Got it everybody? Yes? Great. So moving to the next example for the day, find -3 into -6 into -2 into -1. Now what will happen in this case? We had talked about many properties. First of all, always identify the operation. Are we talking about addition over here? No ma'am. Subtraction? No ma'am. Multiplication? Yes. There you go. So -3, -6, -2 into -1 have to be multiplied by themselves. All the integers out there, right? So go to the properties now. Once you identify the operation, now check out the properties which we have learnt in this. So this actually caters to associative property according to me. Yes, you can check it out. So associative property, we can have more than 3 integers also. If we interchange them and group them, we can get our final product. And why do we interchange the positions? To make our calculations easier and simpler so that it takes less time to calculate. So let's see this example out there. So here we are going to group -3 into -2, right? That gives me plus of 6, and -6 into -1, which is going to give me again +6. Because we know 2 negative integers gives us a positive product. So 6 6 are 36. It made our calculation easy. We have grouped similar numbers together, right? You can do the grouping anyhow as we have learnt in associative method, right? Associative property, because we know it holds good true for multiplication of integers, right? So let's move ahead now to our next question. Based on division, a new operation out there. 0 divided by -12. Recall the property of division of integers. Yes, we did it in our last session. So 0 divided by -12 is going to give us 0, right? 0 divided by any integer is 0, or integer divided by 0 is not defined, right? So next is -36 divided by 12 divided by 3, but we have a bracket. So that means bracket needs to be solved first. In bracket you have a negative integer divided by a positive integer. So what happens if we have different signs of integers to be divided? We get a negative quotient out there, right? The quotient is a negative integer. So over here, let's see the answer to this. So how do we solve it, guys? We solve it as, see, -36 divided by 12 would give us -3, and we have divided by 3 outside the bracket. So again, negative integer divided by a positive integer is going to give us a negative integer as the quotient. So it is -1. I hope everybody is able to recall the division concepts what we had done in the previous session, right? Yes? Let's see our next question for the day for practice. So let's solve these fill in the blanks based on division, right? So we have over here -75 divided by which integer would give me -1. So again, if we need negative integer, so we should have a positive integer to be in division over here. And 75 divided by which number would give me 1? The number itself. So over here it's +75, right? And minus 87 divided by which integer would give me plus 87? That is minus 1. So negative integer divided by a negative integer gives us a positive quotient, right? So let's see. So these are the answers to it, right? Same concepts what we did in the previous session out there. Let's move to our next interesting practice question. I hope all of you are able to do it with me and keep copying down everything, right? Keep practicing with us. So an elevator descends into a mine shaft at the rate of 6 meters per minute. If the descent starts from 10 meters above the ground level, how long will it take to reach minus 350 meters? So let's check it out for the first one over here. So initial height is plus 10 meters, right? Because it's above the ground level. So we take 0 as the ground level, right? This is our ground level. So if it's above the ground level, it would be a positive integer. If it's below the ground level, it would be a negative integer, right? So final depth they are asking us to keep minus 350 meters, right? So what is the distance descended is denoted by a negative integer because descended means going down, right? So total distance to be descended by the elevator is minus 360 meters, right? Because plus 10, it's above the ground level. So minus of plus would be minus again. Time taken by the elevator, which is given in the question, this statement to us, it's minus 6 meters per minute. So for 1 minute, we have minus 6 meters. So now, what's the total time taken by the elevator to descend minus 360 meters? That is minus 360 meters divided by the elevator which it descends at minus 6 meters. So minus 360 divided by minus 6 is 60, right? But that's in minutes. You can also convert it in hours. We know 1 hour is equals to 60 minutes out there, right? So I hope everybody was able to do these practice questions. So keep practicing more like this. So this was our session for the day, and with this we have completed this super duper interesting chapter named as integers. So follow us till we start with the next chapter. Till then, keep practicing and spark your curiosity. Bye bye.